The Switch is Nintendo's best-selling home console of all time, while also being one of the best-selling handheld consoles of all time too. With 114 million units sold since its release in March 2017, the Switch has made its way into the midst of many a happy gamer across the world. And whether you're playing docked on the big TV in the lounge, or with the Joy-Cons in tabletop mode on the train, or just straight up gaming handheld in the corner at the boring family reunion, the Switch is a console that suits any playstyle. And with an amassed library of over 4,000 games, there's something out there for everyone. But they can't all be zingers, so I'm here to give you my recommendations for the very best games on Switch. And those games are, of course, as is so often the case with any Nintendo console, the games with the N factor. I'm talking about those absolutely vital, essential, exclusive first-party Nintendo titles. So here's my list of the best must-play games for Nintendo Switch, in no particular order. Super Mario Odyssey. It's Mario's biggest and best 3D adventure to date. It sees everyone's favourite mustachioed jumpy plumber team up with a sassy talking hat named Cappy to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser's clutches again and find the hundreds of power moons hidden around the globe. There are 17 wonderfully quirky kingdoms to explore, and with Cappy's special capture ability, delicious, you can take control of all manner of Bowser's minions to aid you in your adventure. Be a Bullet Bill, a Hammer Bro, a Charging Chuck, you can even stomp around as a T-Rex. This game is just delightful. I defy you to not be delighted by this game. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. This classic top-down adventure from the Game Boy has been gorgeously remade with a charming toy-like art style. The whole thing is like a little dinky diorama. Diorama? I hardly know it. In addition to the wonderful presentation, there's also a cracking little adventure to be had. You'll explore a mysterious island filled with colourful characters, troublesome monsters, and puzzling dungeons. It's a truly joyful experience. Play it now or you'll regret it. Metroid Dread. I love Metroid. He's such a cool robot. That should trigger some people. Join interstellar bounty hunter Samus Aran for a downright tense 2D adventure in Metroid Dread. And Dread is right. It's the perfect title for this game, because dread is what you'll feel every time you encounter one of the Emmy. Dread and exhilaration, and panic mostly in my case. Because those Emmy, that's E-M-M-I FYI, as in Extraplanetary Multiform Mobile Identifier for your information, are deadly droids gone haywire and intent on relentlessly hunting you down, and the only way to escape the mechanical clutches and a game over screen is to run like hell. But of course you're not completely helpless. As you traverse the labyrinthian passages of the mysterious planet ZDR, you'll unlock an entire arsenal of weapons and abilities to help you dispatch deadly boss monsters and reach new areas and save the land of Metroidvania once and for all. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Relaxing, pleasant, and frequently adorable. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to live on a tropical island with a bunch of kooky critters, New Horizons has got you covered. Animal Crossing is an engrossing lifestyle game. Catch bugs and fish, chop wood and break rocks, and sell fruit and seashells to pay off your mortgage and buy socks and furniture and other things. And the game runs in real time too, which is neat because this affects everything from villagers' birthdays and bedtimes, shop opening times, as well as special calendar events and seasonal festivities. You can buy turnips to trade on the stalk market, delicious, every Sunday morning, or catch KK Slider play his hits every Saturday at the plaza between 6 PM and midnight. But be forewarned, if this game gets its fuzzy raccoon claws into you, it's got you for good. And you'll know you've got it bad when you cancel plans with your real life friends on a Saturday afternoon because that's when a fishing tournament is happening. Totally worth it though. Splatoon 3. Get ready for ink-spraying mayhem in Nintendo's take on the competitive online team shooter. Headshots won't help you much in this game because you've got to shoot the floor. That's a big enough target that even I can hit. In Splatoon 3, Inkling boys and girls love a turf war, so pick up a Splatling gun, a Bloblobber, a Splatana, or any of the other 70-odd ink-spraying devices and paint that floor, because the team who covers the most ground in their colour wins. It's deceptively simple, but when you start to factor in all the booyah bombs, splat bombs, crab tanks, thermal ink, squid rolling, scrubbing slots, squid surging, inking home or not inking home and just inking the middle and everything else, well then you got yourself a video game there, missy. And a flipping good one too. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. When Mario and Bowser aren't slapping one another into pits of fiery lava, they like to gather their friends together and go go-karting. And what fun it is too! Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the most perfectest version of Mario Kart since the series began 20 years ago. and with high-octane racing across Grand Prix, battle and online modes, 48 gorgeous courses to zoom around, and another 48 more on the way, 42 characters, 23 calamity-causing items, and a bopping big band soundtrack, there's plenty of good reasons why this game hasn't left the top 10 sales charts since its release. So if you're one of the few people that hasn't already bought it, what's your deal? Fire Emblem Three Houses. Have you ever wanted to play a game with a high-stakes strategy battle system and an epic tale of noble houses on the brink of war that was like a mixture of Game of Thrones and Saved by the Bell set in Hogwarts? Then Kirby's Dream Buffet is the game for you. Or if you don't fancy that, try Fire Emblem Three Houses. Set in a prestigious officers' academy at the centre of a continent in turmoil, you take control of one of the professors tasked with leading the class of one of three noble houses. It's up to you, Teach. Level up your memorable cast of dreamy students and prepare them for the battles ahead. With a grid-based battle system, the tactical RPG combat plays out like an intense game of chess. Plan your moves carefully or risk losing one of your student dreamboats for good. An epic game that shouldn't be missed. Luigi's Mansion 3. The third solo adventure of lovable brother Luigi is a Halloween banger. While on a relaxing retreat to the not in the least bit suspiciously named Last Resort Hotel, there's some ghostly transpirings, and Mario and his Mushroom Kingdom pals fall victim to some spooky spell, and it's up to our reluctant green hero to rescue them. Armed with a torch, a modified vacuum cleaner, and a slimy doppelganger named Guigi, delicious, Luigi must brave the haunted hotel's many themed floors and attractions, battling pesky poltergeists and solving paranormal puzzles. It's both spine-tingling and brain-tingling, and an absolute gem. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Launching your opponents off the stage is the aim in this ultimate action fighting game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is in a league of its own, a fighting game mixed with a platforming game with a dash of pinball thrown in, while also being a Nintendo museum/archive. There's 100 stages, 100 items, and nearly 1,000 songs from Nintendo's back catalogue. There's over 80 playable fighters, all with their own unique moves and special abilities. You can brawl as Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, Mega Man, even Solid Snake. I mean, the roster is so big it features 2 characters named Roy. Not to mention Terry, Steve, Simon and Ken. There was an absolutely Herculean effort to put this game together, and the biggest brawl in video game history should not be missed by anyone. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. This game might just be top of every list as one of the best games of all time ever. Link's sprawling adventure across the ruined kingdom of Hyrule is utterly captivating. Breath of the Wild is a perfect potion of awesome ingredients, energetic and dynamic combat, ingenious physics-based puzzles, and actually just the physics-based everything. Beware of rolling boulders and falling trees. Beware of open flames near tall grass and metal objects in lightning storms. Or use all of these things to your advantage, because the world is your playground of peril and adventure. And it's beautiful. Its painterly representation and the spellbinding soundtrack all combine to create an overwhelming compulsion for traversal and a sense of exploration and discovery that is almost unparalleled by any other game in existence. Well, there you go, that's my list and I'm sticking to it. But please let me know yours in the comments below. And of course, feel free to remind me of how I missed out Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3, and Astral Chain, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and Paper Mario the Origami King, and Super Mario Party, and Mario Party Superstars, and Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.